Okay, what I'm going to do here is go ahead and read through section 2. Okay, at the top of page 70, we have Ecce Julius ad Vilam ad venet. Behold, Julius comes to ad venet, means to approach or come towards. And then you also have ad Vilam, to the house. So it's almost like he's saying he's coming to the house. This is not Latin stuttering. This is just what you will sometimes find when you have a compound verb. You'll also see the same preposition before the noun. That's the appropriate noun in the sentence. This is just to get you used to the fact that you may see that. Ursus et Davos selam ante ostium ponunt. So Ursus and Davos put the chair before the door. They put it down. Julius pueros salutat. Julius greets the boys. Salvete mei filii. Greetings, my sons. Et a pueri salutator. Salve pater. And is greeted by the boys. So Julius greets the boys by saying Salvete mei filii, and is greeted by the boys, and they say Salve pater. And this being the singular imperative, because they're only talking to one father. This being the plural imperative, because Julius is speaking to more than one boy. Julius ambulat ad ostium, quod a servo aperitor. Julius walks to the door, which is opened by a slave. Julius per ostium in Vilam intrat. Julia enters in Vilam, accusative ending, so into the house through the door. Per. Post eum veniunt Cyrus et Leander, qui duos saccos portant. Behind him veniunt come Cyrus and Leander, qui duos saccos portant, who carry 2 sacks. Servus ostium post eos claudet. A slave, servus, closes the door behind them. Post eos. Ursus et Davos cum sella vacua discedunt. Ursus and Davos, and this is all part of the prepositional phrase, cum sella vacua, with the empty chair, leave. So Ursus and Davos leave with the empty chair. Pueri saccos, qui a servis portantor, vident et interrogant. Quid inest in saccis? The boys, and here's where you have to see where you have this comma and this comma, and it's a qui clause, so you kind of have to realize that that's not part of the main sentence. The pueri saccos vident, the boys see the sacks, qui a servis portantor, which are being carried by the slaves. Et, and they ask, what is in the sacks? Julius answers, in sacco quem Leander portat, mala insunt. Hic saccum pone Leander. In the sack, and again, we could ignore that for a second. Insunt. There are in the sack mala, and this is the word for apple. You see a picture right here. Notice that mala has a macron over the A. And how you have to be able to distinguish between malum and malus which is an adjective, which means bad. The only difference between mala and mala, meaning a bad feminine thing, is that mala, meaning apple, has a stem over the A. And that's what I use to remember the macron over the A there, which is required, is what makes this word an apple rather than an adjective meaning bad. So, in the sack which Leander carries are apples. Hic sacum pone Leander. Put down, pone, imperative command. Put down the sack here, Leander. Julius is commanding. Leander sacum ponet ante Iulium, qui sacum aperet. Leander, he puts down what? The sack. Where? Before Julius, ante Iulium, who, qui, referring to Julius, qui sacum aperet, who opens the sack. Saccus non vacuus, sed plenos est. The sack is not empty, but is full. Julius. Videte, pueri, hic saccus plenos malorum est. He's commanding his boys to look. So we have the plural form of the command, videte. And here we have hic saccus plenos malorum est. This sack is full malorum of apples. We have our stem for our apple. The one thing I want to point out to you is the difference between hic here and hic here. Hic with macron means here. Hic, no macron, means this sack. Another thing is that this word plenos is always followed by a genitive, so it's full of something. If you're going to talk about it being full of something, a sack or whatever it is full of is in the genitive. Okay. Julius magnum malum ex sacco sumit. Julius picks up a large apple ex sacco, out of the sack. Julius ad Marcum, Julius to Marcus, says, Ecce, malum tuum, Marce. Behold your apple, Marcus. Julius Marco malum dat. Julius and dot, I can't remember if you've had that yet, but dot is a verb which means gives is giving, does give. And so Julius gives. What is he giving? Whatever's in the accusative. He's giving a malum, an apple. And what is Marcus? Marcus is who he's giving the apple to. He gives the apple to Marcus. And what we're going to find is that this is the dative form. Whenever you give something to someone, that is going to be in the dative form with an O. which we'll go over a little bit later. But right now, Julius gives an apple to Marcus. Pater filio magnum malum dat. The father gives to the boy a large apple, or the father gives a large apple to the boy. Iam Marcus malum habet, sed Quintus malum non habet. Now Marcus has an apple, but Quintus does not have an apple. So Julius, being the fair father he is, says, ad quintum tu Quintus, ecce malum tuum Quinte. Remember Quinte? This is your vocative form when you're speaking to someone. Behold your apple, Quintus. Julius Quinto magnum malum dat. Julius gives a large apple to Quintus. Iam et Marcus et Quintus mala habent. Now both Marcus and Quintus have mala, the plural, apples. Non tantum Marcus, sed etiam Quintus malum habet. Not only Marcus, but also Quintus has an apple.